So you've got a decision to make. Maybe it's not even a big one, but your brain won't let it go. You go over it a million times, you make a million lists, you talk to three people and get three different opinions. And somehow you're more stuck than when you started. That is not a you problem. That's what the load does to your brain. Hey, I'm Tamberly, and welcome to Digital Wellness Journal. And today we're talking about what's actually happening when you can't stop overthinking, because it's not what most people tell you it is. Here's the thing nobody says out loud. Overthinking isn't a personality flaw. It's not because you're indecisive or anxious or bad at making decisions. It's because your brain is exhausted and it doesn't trust itself right now. When you're carrying a lot, and I mean the constant running tabs of everything that needs to happen, everything you forgot, everything you're holding for everyone else, your brain is already at capacity. So when something new comes in that requires a real decision, it panics a little. It goes into overdrive trying to protect you from making the wrong move. And that's when the spinning, the spiraling starts, right? I mean, you think about it. You're not overthinking what you want for lunch. You're overthinking the thing that feels like it has stakes. The thing where you're worried about getting wrong. The thing where some part of you is like, if I mess this up, then what? That's not indecision. That's fear with a planning habit. And here's what makes it worse. When we're in that spiral, we're thinking in what I call the abstract. All the big, vague what ifs. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I make the wrong call and everyone sees it? That kind of thinking doesn't actually help you decide anything, right? It just keeps you stuck in the feeling. And girl, the spiral has a soundtrack and it plays on repeat. So, what do you actually do with it? That's the question. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you something that might sound a little left field, but stay with me. I've been using AI as a thinking partner, not to make decisions for me, but to help me get my thoughts out of my head and into something, into more of an order, right? A kind of order. And it has generally changed the way I work through hard decisions. Now, I'm not talking about asking ChatGPT, should I take this job, and doing whatever it says. No, that's not it, okay? I'm talking about using a prompt to force your brain to stop spinning and start getting specific. Because here's what the overthinking spiral hates. It hates when you get specific. It loves vague. It lives in vague. The moment you make it concrete, it starts to lose its grip, right? So here's the prompt I use. It takes about 2 minutes to fill in, and I call it the clarity code. You can literally copy and paste it into ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or whatever AI platform you choose to use. And it goes like this. Act as a calm, logical thinking partner. Don't give me advice or tell me what to do. Just help me organize my thoughts by asking me to fill in these sections. Then repeat it back to me in a clean summary. One, the core decision. In one sentence, what am I actually trying to decide? Two, the facts. What are 3 to 5 things I actually know for sure about the situation? Not fears, not assumptions, just facts. Three, the stories. What are 3 to 5 things I'm telling myself that I'm not sure are true? 4, the real fear. What is the one thing I'm actually afraid of underneath all of this? 5, the next step. If the worst case doesn't happen, what is one small concrete thing I could do in the next 24 hours? That's it. That's the prompt. And I know it sounds simple, but go fill it in right now on something you've been spinning on and tell me you don't feel different on the other side. I'll wait. Now, the magic isn't the AI. The magic is that it forces you to separate what you know from what you're afraid of. And those two things, when they are all mixed together inside your head, they feel like the same thing, but they're not. The facts are real, the stories are real too, but they're stories. And naming the one actual fear underneath all of it, that's a real relief in a way that another pros or cons will list will never. The load messes with your thinking. It just does. And part of reducing it is learning how to interrupt the spiral before it takes the whole day. You don't need to think harder. You need a way to think clearer. This is one of those ways. Now, if this landed for you, come hang out with us in the Prompt of Life. It's a free community for women doing exactly this kind of work. Lightening the load, slowly coming back to ourselves, real conversations, no pressure, just women who get it without you having to explain yourself. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. If you're designing a life less loaded, subscribe and join the community. Drop a comment below. I read every single one. See you next time.